So it's been about 4 years since I've done one of these videos, but yeah, the series is back for a little bit as recently Smash Remix dropped update 2.0.0, which adds in a bunch of new characters like Dr. Luigi, Roy, God himself, Princess Peach, and the character I wanted to focus on today, Crash Bandicoot. Crash Bandicoot was originally mutated by the evil Dr. Neo Cortex, who had plans to make Crash the commander of his army. However, this plan failed and instead made Cortex's most hated enemy. Crash has a lot of abilities and moves that he has used against Cortex and his army. So, how exactly did the Smash Remix team use those moves? Let's find out. Starting off with the colors, his default has him in the typical colors we usually see him have: orange fur, blue shorts, and red shoes. The next color has Crash with red fur, purple pants, and black shoes. Originally when I saw this costume, I thought it was going to be a reference towards Pinstripe Potoroo, a character who has a love for power plants and Tommy guns. But then doing some more research, turns out this is actually a reference to Evil Crash, a version of Crash from the fabled 10th Dimension. After that is Crash with green fur, purple pants, and green shoes. This has either one or two references, being the Komodo Bros, a pair of Komodos who love swords, or Nitrous Oxide, an evil alien who wanted to turn Earth into a parking lot. Next up turns Crash's fur white with blue shorts and black shoes. This color scheme seems to be inspired by either Polar, a rival animal that Crash hijacks from time to time, or Carbon Crash, a clone of Crash Bandicoot that Cortex made. Afterwards is Crash with yellow fur wearing black shorts and shoes, a simple reference towards the man who made Crash who he is, Dr. Neo Cortex. Then there's Crash having black fur, blue shorts, and brown shoes. The official name for this color is Dober, and is based off the colors of a Doberman dog. This could be in reference towards the original Naughty Dog logo where it has a dog on it, but the colors of that dog seem to be too bright to be that, so it might just be an original color scheme based off of Doberman's. Though there is a tiny skin in Crash Team Racing Nitro Field where he's colored like a Doberman, but that seems to be a stretch. Lastly, Crash gains lighter orange fur with green pants and purple shoes. On first glance, I thought this could have been a reference towards Tiny Tiger, but the name of this one is Reindeer, and is in reference towards Crash's reindeer skin from Crash Team Racing Nitro Field. Alright, with those colors out of the way, time for the moveset. Starting off with the stage intro, it has Crash come out of a portal. In Crash 3, these portals were how you access the levels, and every time you go into a level, a portal appears at the beginning of the area before Crash pops out of it. For Crash's dash attack, he does a sliding punch move. This move itself was actually confirmed to be a reference not to Crash Bandicoot, but to a completely different Naughty Dog made franchise, Jak and Daxter. Jak performs this exact same move in his own game. For the up tilt, Crash punches his fist in an upward curve. A similar move called the Chin Tickler can be found in Crash of the Titans. For his side smash, Crash does a hard kicking motion forward. This could possibly be in reference to a scrapped animation from Crash Insanity. The up smash has Crash do an upper kick, a move we mostly see in the game, Skylanders Imaginators. His down smash has him doing a breakdance maneuver. This was first seen as an idle animation for Crash in, once again, Skylanders Imaginators. Meanwhile, his down air has him doing a stopping motion, and can be used to bounce off of foes. This is in reference to Crash's games where you can bounce off of enemies as one way to defeat them. Next, we have the specials. Starting off with his neutral special, Crash does a quick spin. This, of course, is Crash's main way of attacking in his games, that doesn't involve jumping. This move also has a pretty neat quirk where you can spin items away, just like in the Crash games too. Then you have his down special, where he buries underground before popping up to attack. This is a special move that Crash can only do in certain dirt areas in Crash 2, to keep himself safe. And lastly for his moves is the up special, where Crash does a quick spin in the air before doing a belly flop. At first glance, you could think this is the belly flop from Crash 2, but in reality, this move is actually the super belly flop from Crash 3, which is much more powerful. Now let's talk about his animations. Starting off with the idle animation, it has Crash looking left and right in a very shifty tone, an idle animation that can be seen all the way back in the first game. The dash also has a reference too. It has Crash doing a sliding motion, which is a move that Crash can do since Crash 2. Next is the taunt, which has Crash pull out his trusty mentor, Aku Aku. This taunt actually has a very special quirk where while Aku Aku is over Crash's face, he won't take any damage. This is a reference to how when you collect 3 masks, Crash wears Aku Aku over his face and becomes invincible. And finally, we can talk about the victory animations. The first one has Crash do a spin in a pose while going ba-da-ba, which is an animation that plays when you collect a gem in the first Crash Bandicoot game. The next one has Crash sleeping while Aku Aku watches in slight disappointment. Crash sleeps quite a lot in his games, with the first time this happens being the opening of Crash 2. And of course, you can't have these victories without the ever iconic Crash Dance. making its first game appearance since Crash 2. And the last thing to talk about is the victory theme, being a remix of Insanity Beach from the first Crash Bandicoot game. And that does it for this episode of Behind the Smashing. Generally, Crash probably might be my new favorite character in this ROM hack. The Smash Remix team did an amazing job of making this Bandicoot work in the game. As for those wondering if this means that Behind the Smashing is fully back, that's kind of another story. Now, I do have some idea on what I probably want to cover next, but I want to be sure before I do another character. With that being said though, I want to thank you guys so much for checking out this video, and I hope you guys also had fun finding out things relating to this new fighter. With that said, I'll talk to you all later. Have a good day or night, depending on when you're watching this.